Okay, in my previous video I've talked about the differences between adapalene and tretinoin and what makes them so different. Now I'm going to be talking about the difference between tretinoin and retinol and retinaldehyde and what makes them so different and why do we have some that are actually prescription only while the others can be bought on the high street. So let's get into it. Tretinoin as retinol belong to a family of vitamin A, and these set to work to reduce aging concerns as well as acne concerns. But what's the difference between them and what makes them so special? Now I remember at school when I was doing my chemistry experiments, we had to work with different acids and different alcohols and different aldehydes, and what we used to do is really convert an alcohol into an aldehyde into a carboxylic acid. And I honestly used to absolutely love my chemistry sessions, and it was absolutely my favorite subject. But it really does make sense because you could actually see when we converted it in the lab, we put a solution of potassium dichromate in there, and you can see a color change when this conversion happens and actually converts from the alcohol to the aldehyde to the carboxylic acid. So here is the magic part of it when it comes to skin biology. It does exactly the same thing when it comes to retinol, retinal and retinoic acid. So in the cell, the retinol, which is the alcohol, that gets converted into the aldehyde, which is retinaldehyde. As you know, it's retinal, and this then gets converted into retinoic acid, which is tretinoin. So exactly the same process happens in the skin as it did in the lab. Instead of using a catalyst which we used in the lab, we have our own catalysts, which are our own biological catalysts, which are the enzymes. So what does this mean to you at the end of the day? It means that you have, when it comes to using retinol, you're going to require 2 conversion steps into retinoic acid, which is tretinoin, which is the active form. Whereas if you're using retinal, retinaldehyde, you're going to use 1 conversion step into retinoic acid, which is tretinoin, and that's extremely important. So you're still going to get the anti-aging effects of tretinoin when you use retinal, and retinal tends to be 11 times faster in acting than retinol. I tend to always recommend retinal over retinol because A, it has a faster conversion rate, 11 times faster, 1 step away from retinoic acid, as well as it actually is gentler on the skin. So from that perspective, you are going to get the anti-aging effects as you would do with tretinoin. However, they will be far gentler and probably slower. So you're not going to get your end goal as fast as tretinoin, but at the same time you're not going to cause inflammation, you're not going to cause irritation, which means you're not going to bring your skin so many steps back to actually reverse all the benefits. In summary, you'll find retinol and retinal on the high street, whereas you will find retinoic acid as a prescription only under the name of tretinoin. Retinol requires 2 conversion steps, retinal requires 1 conversion step, and retinoic acid is already active. Let me know whether you've used retinol, retinal, retinoic acid, and which one did you really get on with most. Keep glowing and stay amazing.